Don Jorge, welcome to the Chips and Salsa Show. This is Don Jorge El Alacran, uh, taping from the Maricopa County headquarters, the People's House. And they've been so gracious to allow us to do our show here today. And with us, we have two candidates. They'll introduce themselves momentarily. But first, I'd like to introduce our guest, our co host, Cheryl Rosado.
Hi, yes, so glad to be here, and thank you so much to We the People AZ Alliance for allowing us to film here today. We love filming at the People's House, as George always calls it. It's nice to be here, and I know they've got some cool stuff going on tonight, so it's sort of electricity in the air, and that's always fun. But before we go any further, I do want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Canaloo Air. We always appreciate Canaloo Air. They always give us specials to tell you guys, so I will make sure that I get with them to find out what they've got cooking for us this month. And then we have National Automotive Repair, who is a newer sponsor, and we thank them for their support. And of course, we have AZ Injection Perfection. So that's for your body contouring and lash extension needs. And I need to get mine done. So mental note to self, take advantage of that. And then our last is One Team, One Dream Foundation. So thank you to our wonderful sponsors for all of their support. And let's get into it. So it is March 2025. And next year is an election for city council here in the city of Phoenix. And there are 4 districts that are going to be up for election. And Matt Evans had a great idea. So Matt, tell us about your idea and then introduce your friend here, please.
Sure. So my name is Matt Evans. I was a former candidate, just ran for mayor of Phoenix, and I am now running for Phoenix City Council District 2. So after the election, I really started to think about how we could take back Phoenix, because right now the Democrats out-register Republicans by about 100,000. And we have an election coming up in 26, and then we have another election coming up in 28. And as I was thinking about how we could take back Phoenix, one of those ideas was to equal the registration numbers. But that's 100,000 voter registrations to flip in a couple years, and that would be a pretty aggressive target. And so after thinking about this, I kind of had an epiphany, if you will, and I thought, you know what, we don't actually need to even out the voter registration numbers in the city of Phoenix to take our city back. What we need to do is flip the majority in the city council. Mm-hmm. And so for those who are not aware, there are 8 districts in the city of Phoenix, and each district gets a representative, and then you have the mayor. And so there are 9 representatives, and it's a majority vote. Well, Take Back Phoenix is a grassroots organization that we've started, and the goal is if we put into position our 4 candidates, we will turn the 7-2 Democrat majority into a 5-4 Republican majority, and we will quite literally overnight take back Phoenix and flip the majority in our city council. And so to that segue, this is our representative candidate for District 6 who will be running in 2026. His name is Michael DelPrete, and I'll let him say a few words himself.
Yeah. Okay. I love the producer in the back. He keeps me, yeah, for sure. I'm thinking emojis are popping guy. Up. Yeah, for sure. No, Michael DelPrete. My current position is executive director of the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association. So we represent real estate investors throughout the state of Arizona. We've been doing that for 22 years. And I had Matt on the podcast a few months ago, or when he was running for mayor, and that's kind of how we got to know each other. Very inspirational. I love everything Matt's about. So he got me hooked, man. So he was saying he was creating Take Back Phoenix, and I wanted to see change. I have concerns of myself, just being a citizen here in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. A long time. I've been here for 24 years, and I love it here. So, I want to see change as well. So I'm jumping in with Matt.
And I'm excited to have him. He's a great candidate, and we'll check it out.
And so what is? Every cycle we have someone from city councils, different varying districts, come up. And everyone, oh yeah, and they're gung ho, and I root for them, and that's awesome. But Matt's idea of having sort of a slate where there's a Republican in every single district, and they sort of run as a slate. They run together. They're a team that's going to amplify their voices, and it's such a great idea. It's one of those things that you're like, why didn't I think of that? Like, why wasn't I suggesting this to someone? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. No, it's because that's the brilliance of it. When it's something like that you're like, oh, this is a great idea. And it could be just that, you know, no offense, but maybe people just can't get along. And that's why they've never done it before. You know, everyone's looking out for number one. But it's just an awesome idea. And I really hope that you are able to find someone to run, especially in District 8. That's my district. And I definitely would love to see, I'd love to, of course, I'll support you all, but I would love to have someone to root for in my own backyard, you know. And I think that's kind of the genius of what you're doing is like, yeah, I can support my person, but like it's all of you, you know, you're going to be a team. It's so great.
Well, thank you for those kind words and those kudos. I really appreciate that. I can't take full credit. I also want to give some credit to my campaign manager, Seek Smith. That is something we developed together and an idea that we kind of manifested as we exited the election. But I think one thing that I want to talk to is you made a really good point. And, you know, even when I was running for mayor, one question I would get from a lot of people was, you know, Matt, I really like everything you're saying, and you know I really support your beliefs, but you're only one person on the council. How can you influence the rest of those people, especially when there's a Democratic majority? And that's where the power of this slate of 4 candidates really takes effect, because we will have the majority on the city council if we elect all of these candidates, and it is no longer someone just being a firebrand in the council. We will have the majority. We will be able to take back Phoenix. And so to anybody out there, you know, if you have a stock or you are invested in the city of Phoenix, you're not just supporting Matt, you're not supporting Mike in a specific district. You are literally supporting the movement to turn Phoenix red again and take your city back from these awful Democrats who have controlled our city for far too long. And for the first time, we have a real chance to flip the majority. So I'm super excited about it.
Right, because that helps get involved and pull in volunteers and money from the districts that aren't up for election this time, because those people have a vested interest, those Republicans, in bringing conservatives onto the city council, because it's horrific right now. I mean, we're just
you're right.
You know,
it is.
We've got 1.5, I guess.
Yeah, we have a 7-2 Democratic majority and 2 of the Republicans. You know, I would say that we have one that's a traditional Republican, Jim Waring, in District 2, who is the outgoing incumbent that I will be running for.
He's termed out, though.
Yeah, he's termed out, so I'll be
against
running
you.
for his
Okay.
seat. And so hopefully I'll be able to fill his seat. And then the other Republican is Ann O'Brien, but she's, you know, teamed up with Kate Gallego. We've seen what she's done in the past, and so we really have to take advantage of this opportunity. And you're right, this isn't just an investment in any particular candidate or council. It's an investment in your city and taking your city back. So I hate to ask for contributions and help, but one of the
I'll ask for you, Matt. If you have a contribution or you want to volunteer to help.
Yeah, because one of the lessons that I've learned running for mayor is that you have to start early. And that's
Yes.
exactly what we're doing. But we also need the funds to keep the momentum going and to keep these opportunities alive and to raise awareness. So if you're really passionate about, you know, taking advantage of this opportunity and flipping that Democratic majority and putting a Republican majority in the city of Phoenix, this is your opportunity, and we love your help. So thank you very much for that.
And outside of money, it's also energy, right? You know, 4 minds is better than 1 when it comes to the whole concept. And just to get anything to get success in, whether it's business, you need people, right? So I would not be able to accomplish what I've accomplished in business if it wasn't for the people around me. So if you can't donate your time, your energy, telling a friend, telling a family member, and just spreading the word would be huge.
Yeah, that's a great follow-up. Thank you for saying that, because I do feel bad. You know, not everybody has the financial capability. I was always someone that was in that position, being a part-time Uber driver myself. I completely understand what it's like to not be able to support someone financially, but wanting to be able to support them in other ways. And, you know, those other ways, we really could use you, whether that's helping us canvass or phone bank or just showing up to our rallies and our events to show support. Another thing that I would ask for a call to action to anybody out there is we're really trying to start to make our presence felt in these city council meetings, in these policy and subcommittee meetings. And if you want a free T-shirt, we'll have T-shirts in the near future.
Right.
We would love to start a coalition of having a big group show up at these city council meetings and let these council members know that we are here to take our city back and let our presence be felt. So if you are interested, please fill out a form on my website, mattforphoenix.com, and we'll follow up with you and get you engaged.
One question that I have: you said that it's going to take 4 to flip it. So there's two of you. Are you in process of looking for the other two and then form that coalition of four, or how are you planning that part?
I think it's starting like with shows like this, just putting this is new, starting early. So we're just putting the word out there right now, attending these events, putting on our own events, and asking people to come on over and let's interview them. Right. So Matt, we interviewed a gentleman for District 4. So we definitely need 4, 6, and 8 still. Or no, excuse me, I'm
You're
6.
six.
I'm 4 and 8.
Yeah, he's 6.
You're trying to weasel out?
Yeah, no.
Oh, he better not. He's locked in now. But no, that's a great question. I do want to answer that directly. So we have a solid candidate, Michael DelPrete, in District 6. I'm very, about myself in District 2. And then when it comes to District 4, we believe we have found a candidate, but we are still vetting them. One of the benefits in starting early is to make sure that we can find the right candidate. There's part of us wants to find those candidates as soon as possible, so we can start spreading the message on who all 4 of us are and who Take Back Phoenix is and give people that visual. But we have to be careful in making sure that we select the right candidates that have our values.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I just want to say to anybody out there that had followed me through my campaign for mayor or knows anything about me, I refuse to let a mull into this Take Back Phoenix movement. If you see a candidate that is aligned with us, it is because we have properly vetted them and they are someone that aligns with my values. And so if you supported me through running for mayor, you're going to support all these candidates because we will not choose candidates that don't have our same morals and our same beliefs. And Michael is one of those candidates. District 4, we feel like we have a solid candidate, but we still are going through interviews. And District 8, we have some possibilities, but we are exploring new candidates. So if anybody is in District 8, please go to the city of Phoenix. You can Google Find My District, and you can type in your address. It'll tell you if you live in District 8. If you are interested in being part of a Take Back Phoenix, we welcome the opportunity to talk to you.
Do you have a website for Take Back Phoenix already?
We are in the process of getting that together.
Okay.
Right now, I would direct people to my website, mattforphoenix.com, and then in the near future, it'll redirect you over to Take Back Phoenix.
Okay, cool.
I want to say the both of you are running, so the power is in numbers. So you get 2, it doubles that. You get 4, and it's going to be 4 times the number. So the power is in the number. You have a brilliant, both of you have a brilliant strategy, Take Back Phoenix. If 4 of you, because it takes 4, right? Yeah. So 4 of you get in there, then you're a party to be reckoned with because you're 4 times the power. And each person is reaching out to their base and stuff. So that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Then we will have a lame duck mayor. We all know Mayor Kate Gallego has protested Donald Trump in his agenda, and she continues to just lead the city down the wrong path, and she's really failed the city of Phoenix. And when we take back that majority, she becomes a lame duck mayor. It doesn't matter what she says or what she thinks. We are the majority, and we will start calling the shots, not Kate Gallego.
I cannot wait for that. That's the dream right there. So I'm so excited. I really love that. And you had mentioned, to go back a couple comments, events. What event do you guys have coming up that we can participate in? People can go to support you.
Yep, great question. Well, what we're starting to do is just coffee meetups, right? So
Okay.
Black Rifle Coffee over on 44th Street in Indian School, March 29th from 10 to 12. So come have coffee, meet Matt, meet myself, meet Seek.
Over 2 to 4, do we change?
Yeah, 10 to 12. Okay. And like I said, sign up for Matt. You'll get on Matt's website, you'll get all the info for that. So yeah, Black Rifle Coffee, March 29th, Saturday morning. Swing by, say hi, we'll chat, get to know us a little bit better. And the goal is to go to every district and do this though. So next time we'll be in District 2 at a coffee shop. You get to, Matt will host that one. I'll be hosting District 6, and let's go to 4 and 8. So on.
And on the 29th, what address is that again?
George, you got the hard questions, don't you? I don't.
It's
off of 44th Street
in Indian School. It's in Arcadia.
What corner do you remember?
I don't have the corner.
I believe it's on the.
If you just put it into Google
Black Rifle Coffee, it's the only one there.
It will tell you.
It's on the southwest or the northwest.
pick
It's one of
that
those.
one.
But yeah, Black Rifle.
You got an iPhone now. It'll be really easy.
Oh, right.
But
I'm still going to use Google Maps.
But we spent the first couple months after the election organizing Take Back Phoenix and, really developing a campaign strategy to move forward. With the podcast today, we're really trying to start aggressively building that momentum. And so you are going to see more exposure of Take Back Phoenix. You're going to see more social media activity, and we're really going to start to ramp up the campaign moving forward. So there's going to be tons of opportunities to come and meet the candidates and participate in our movements and help us out. And so follow us on social media.
I was just going to ask, do you have an X for Take Back Phoenix or just your personal ones?
So right now we have social media on Instagram for Take Back Phoenix. We are going to create an X account. For now, I would say follow myself, Matt for Phoenix, on all platforms.
Is it FOR or number 4?
It's FOR. I get that.
Okay.
I should just have them both because I get that all the time. But it is spelled out FOR, Matt for Phoenix, Instagram, X, TikTok, all the social media platforms. And then
on X, use Mr. Mike DelPrete.
Okay.
Yep.
Or you can follow me because I follow him.
And
Yeah, there
they
you go.
need
And
they
you can
need
find them.
volunteers. Help, help, help. Because the more people that help the campaign, the stronger the campaign gets.
Yes.
And with just 2 of them, that's going to be big. With 4 of them, it's going to be humongous. So power by numbers.
yeah, any graphic designers, website developers out there that want to contribute, let us know. We need your help.
What did you say the Instagram was?
The Instagram is Take Back Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should be able to look them up on Instagram under Take Back Phoenix, and then we'll have that same social media account on TikTok and X. We're just trying to get that set up as we move forward. Again, that all comes down to the volunteers and the funding that we have. So the more time that goes by and the bigger that gets, the bigger our movement will get. And we look forward to coming back to Chips and Salsa in the
Yeah.
future many times and seeing our progression closer to the election.
There'll be screaming fans. in the
Yeah,
parking
yeah. We'll
lot
have
at
T-shirt
the end.
signs.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll have one of those launcher
hats.
guns.
You know,
That'll be fun.
Trump will be here. It'll be great. It'll be great.
It'll be fun. So, I had a question. I can't think of it. But, so Seek is still part of your team?
Yes, full force.
Okay, that's awesome.
She is a
'cause
part
I
of it.
love her, and she is fantastic.
And I am a full member of the Dad Army now.
Nice,
And
I'm
so,
sure you are.
For those who don't know, Seek is my campaign manager, and she's one of the founders of the Mom Army that's stands up for women who have suffered from sexual abuse, and we're also standing up for children and sex trafficking and raising awareness to all these crucial problems that people don't really seem to talk about, and we're trying to talk about them more. And so that was a little segue to the Mom and Dad Army. She is full force on our team.
I'm sure she
We love Seek,
appreciates
and,
the shout out there.
Yeah, we're super excited to have her. She just brings so much to the table, and she's a great asset to Take Back Phoenix.
Okay. And I remember what I was going to say though. So you're making a concentrated effort to have a Take Back Phoenix presence at every city council meeting from now on.
Yes, we are.
So is it both of you or just at least someone?
Yeah, at least someone, and we want
Okay.
volunteers, right? So, obviously we both have full-time jobs. We're both parents, so we find that we struggle to find that balance, but we really want to be proactive in it. And I'm eating my own dog food a little bit here when I say that I haven't been as present as in the last few months as I'd like to be. I was at one of the meetings last week speaking against the horrible tax increase that the city council is unanimously trying to pass. And
As
so,
we speak.
Yeah, as we speak. Literally today they're voting on it. Shame on them. We will remember that you guys voted on this. And when we do take back our city, we'll repeal that tax increase. And so we are going to start making our presence felt. And so anybody that wants to come to these meetings, you don't have to do anything but just show up and wear a T-shirt. And if you want to speak, great. But if not, strength in numbers just to let these council members know that this movement is growing and that more people are upset with how they're leading our city. I think it's going to be very impactful. So
Can you tell us when the city council meetings are?
yeah, so they happen every other Wednesdays. If you look if you go to the City Phoenix website, they actually have a calendar because they have also subcommittee meetings as well, and those happen on alternate weeks based on the individual subcommittee. They also have policy session meetings that happen on alternate Tuesdays. For instance, they have one today, and then they have the opportunity to schedule special agenda and policy sessions. So I think the best way to do it would just be go to the City of Phoenix website. You'll look at the Phoenix City Council calendar, and it'll show you all the meetings, and then it also gives you PDFs of the agendas, so you can kind of see the week before the meeting takes place what they're going to talk about. It will give you an opportunity to be present and understand any questions you want to have. And one of the things that we haven't talked about right now, but we are actually going to be launching our own podcast.
Nice.
And one of the things that we want to do is we want to keep people educated in the city of Phoenix. So if you don't have the time to take off from work, or you don't have a babysitter to come to these council meetings, we get it. But we want you to be informed, because I think a lot of what happens in the city council, a lot of people just don't know about. And if they did know about it, they'd be very upset.
Up in arms.
Yeah, and they'd be
No.
like, yeah, okay, let's go. I'm at the next meeting. Okay, yeah, take back Phoenix, let's do it. And so, as a candidate for city council, I take it as a personal responsibility to inform the public and let them know. And so through our podcast and through our social media, as I said, we're really going to ramp it up and give people the opportunity to stay informed and break it down to them in a different way that they might not be able to understand just hearing this jargon from the city council.
Even if you can't make it, you can watch it online live, right? Like, you just need to be informed. Like, you'll be shocked. It might be a little boring sometimes, but to watch. But it's like, if you watch it and you really see the decisions and how they're processed and how they vote on these things, you'll learn a lot, and you need to understand why we're here as well for yourself. So,
yeah, because sitting through a city council meeting or a subcommittee meeting, they can take 2 to 3 hours, and
some of it's maybe.
Yeah, and some of it's really dry. And I think part of it is we elect representatives, right, to be in these positions and to go through these meetings and talk to the city lawyers and the executive team and figure out what the decisions are. But what we've seen over time is that we can't trust our leaders. They don't have the aptitude. They don't have the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and so we kind of have to take that responsibility on ourselves, even though we aren't elected officials, knowing that we will be one day. And so we're trying to show the public what it actually looks like to be a real representative of the people. And so that's what we're going to do over the next year. We're going to break down these council meetings for you. We're going to put it into terms that you can understand. And we're going to show you what a real leader in the city of Phoenix looks like.
That's awesome. I will commit to going to a meeting in the next quarter.
Oh, okay.
And
you heard it here.
Take Back Phoenix is our rallying cry. So thank you guys so much for coming, letting us know about what you've got going on. We support you. We'll be praying for you. I promise I will pray for you too. So I know that's very important. And,
yes, let's bring some faith back to City Hall too.
Yes, amen. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. And we'll see you here soon next time. So thanks for joining us for Politics and Chips and Salsa today. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.